So we're back. I know we was gone for a little bit, but see,
that's 1 week.
Yeah, but see, what had happened was, the lines got crossed, the lines of communication got crossed.
No, we was just on hiatus for a week. You know how shows put episodes out and then they skip a week so that the viewers can just hang in the balance hoping.
That is not what happened. That was not how it happened.
Okay, well I thought it was.
And you thought wrong.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
So you have entered into our lane. I am Antoine.
I am Tiffany.
And you are in
our lane.
And today we have a special episode.
Yes.
I'm grateful for this.
I can switch my bracelet. I don't know what people see. Oh, not this one though. She gonna cut that out. I didn't mean to point the ass.
That was awkward. Anyways.
I want my breast cancer break the show.
You should have been already out. You had your breast out earlier. Anyways, so this is a special.
This is a break for you to grow up a little bit.
You right. Anyways, so listen, this is a special episode, babe.
Listen, you right here, baby.
It's a special episode. We have some survivors here.
All right. Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes, and I'm grateful that they, took time out their busy schedule to enter into our lane.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let y'all ladies handle that.
Well, you got your pink on.
Oh yeah, I'm supporting.
Okay.
I'm supporting.
You dancing with your pink.
Don't stop.
Just say thank you.
You better stop now.
Just say thank you. Just say thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Anyway, so how was your week?
You know what? I had a good week. So I thought about you preached a sermon last time you spoke, and you spoke about Jesus specializes in your survival. And I was like, that was really good, and especially, very befitting for the episode. So, I'm sure that those who are battling with different cancers, other things that they may go on, life's problems, Jesus is definitely someone you can lean on, and he definitely is a specialist. So
right.
I believe that that's going to be a great place to turn and look when you're battling different things that you need to survive.
Right. Well, I know when I had asked the Lord, Lord, what can I preach, to the people, and like I was doing something. I forgot what I was doing, but like he gave me that message like clear as day.
Okay.
And he started like dropping scriptures in my mind to, it's the word expound.
Oh.
I think you're a free, shout out. That right lane tutoring, it helps.
Okay.
The old and the young. I just started using the word expound today.
Because you got some grades coming in.
Well, like I said, you gave me about 5 of these grades.
Okay, go ahead with your point.
Anyways, so I'm glad. So did you enjoy the sermon?
I did. I really did. It was really good. Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Well, I be up and loud and all up at the stage and everything. Mm-hmm. But just being able to depend on him. Like, you got to believe that he specializes in whatever it is you're going through. And it's so funny because, like, regardless of what you're going through, I'm going through, somebody else might be going through, you got a congregation full of people.
Right.
But he specializes in your survival that's not the same as what I need to survive.
Right.
So he's really all-around specialist. So just how you were encouraging the people, regardless of what their survival is, he can still meet their needs. Not like he just specializes in one thing. Oh, you got breast cancer? Okay, well, I'm going to heal that, but while everybody else is going through that, I'm just going to focus on you. You may have a different type of cancer. You may have another illness you're battling. You may have mental issues that you're battling, and he got you. He got you.
That's what's up. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So, like, I know last time before you was like,
I know you gonna say it.
I be enjoying your sermon, whatever. But then you like, but I just be loud because
confession. I really just be loud in church. Period. It just happened to be your turn to be up.
Oh my God! I do it for everybody.
I was just joking. I mean, like I do, but I was just picking at you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's what's up. It's all good.
But you know what? When I was in 7th grade, I had to have a lump removed from one of my breasts. And thankfully it was benign, especially with a history of breast cancer in my family. So I'm just thankful that, while I appreciate other people's journey and, that I didn't have to go that route, but I can still stand in support of others who have to or have had to do that.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, I know last time you Well, I'm glad you survived that.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you are, glad you are a living testimony.
Yeah.
Just like our special guest. Like, that song is old, but the more I think about it, the more I realize how powerful that song is. Like, you are a living testimony, you know. That's powerful. But my week, I had a good week. Listen, I said on the other episodes, I don't have many friends and this, that, and the other.
Okay.
I made some friends.
Just in time for your birthday. So at least you, at this age,
Yeah.
you make your
I made some friends. My coworkers. They told me, one of them told me to, call their name out because I called
on
out.
the pocket. Oh, because you called out Pooh and them.
Yeah, I called.
I'm being Karen.
I called out Monique and Ashley.
But she called you Pooh.
She called everybody Pooh. You gotta let that go.
I haven't survived it yet.
Anyway, so my new friends are, Jerome, Big Leroy.
Jerome better be watching too, Jerome. You want your name called.
He said him and his wife watch.
Oh, cute.
You know.
They have to tell us kind of some things that they've taken away from it. Okay, Jerome, don't worry about it. Thank you for watching.
Jerome, Leroy.
Thank you, Miss Jerome.
Danielle. Like, those my friends, We go to lunch together every day.
Oh, so you going to lunch with ladies too?
It's ladies and men.
But see, when I called and asked you to go to lunch with, I'm so confused. We're going to go to the food trucks. But I can't go right now. Oh, yeah, wait, you reserve your lunch time for your co-worker.
Nope. The food truck thing was crowded. It was so many people.
But I asked you to go at 11:30, so I can't go to 12.
First of all, make mine more manly.
I can't go to 12.
Yeah, that's better. That's better. But anyway, but look, I had a good week. I got some friends. Look, so I had told.
You are excited about your friends. This is really amazing. Because it's like really old, and you talking about.
Anyway, so I came home. I told the kids, "Hey, I got some friends." So
they check you about your friends.
So Aubrey and Lauren were like, "What?" So like they was like screaming and clapping. Like it was.
They celebrate your friendship.
It was so weird. I'm like, am I that bad? But anyway, I got a friend here. I got my cousin here. It's a friend and cousin all into one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get out the way and I'm gonna merge over and out the way, so my cousin can come over here and just y'all do y'all thing.
Okay.
All right. Now y'all be serious now. Don't y'all be funny like me. All the joking and stuff.
Well, I mean, it depends. I don't know the survivor story, so I'm sure while there was some rough days, there might have been some up moments.
Okay, well,
so
but do y'all think? I like being the joke teller.
Oh, so be serious because he's not on the episode.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So,
Elder. I call you Elder for that one. Elder like. Because you all deep. You want me to be deep, so.
So should I call you first lady like they do at your job? They call you first lady?
All right, we're going to go ahead and introduce our cousin.
So, my cousin, my friend, she's a survivor. Like I said, she's a living testimony. I am glad that she's a living testimony.
Yes.
And I'm glad she's taking time out of her busy night schedule to come hang out with her cousins. So, y'all out there, hold on for a second. Audience, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Please. Like, I ain't too proud to beg.
He keeps it, okay, baby, we up to 26 subscribers. We're going to be at 40 in a minute. We got 38.
We got 38 subscribers. So 38, I need y'all, all 38 of y'all, I need y'all to like it and tell other people about the In Our Lane podcast. It's a good podcast. I think it's good.
Ooh, because you remember the person said, I should have brought my phone so I could read the text. That after 38 years of marriage, I think, that the young lady was telling her spouse, that's not how you're going to speak to me.
And I told that lady.
I was like, wow.
Nope.
Oh, wait, they've been married way longer than us.
They've been married a long time. And I told that lady, I said, now don't go mess up your happy home. Listen to us. You've been married 38 years. Like, don't listen. All right? You're on your own. Like, we got to.
You're empowering people regardless. I think that's something to be said.
Listen, don't mess up. Look, we got a guest bedroom, but guess what?
Well, it's full of Christmas gifts right now, so they can't
So boom. So what you've been doing for 38 years, keep on doing. Now, I'm finna go now.
I'm
I'm
gonna
finna,
miss you. Oh.
I never playing. Come here.
No, we
Do
not,
over.
nope. What's your cousin name? You gotta introduce
Oh,
yourself.
yeah. My cousin. My cousin. Her name is, we call her Wanda.
Oh, you know, I was wondering
Yeah.
when I saw her name. I
But
was
it's like,
okay,
her name
which
is
cousin?
Wanda.
It
All
is.
right.
That's very professional.
She's a black queen.
Okay, now.
She's a beautiful queen. You know? It running our family, really, but I ain't one of them.
Right, it's not her.
Yeah.
Is it?
I'm finna go.
Oh.
All right.
Well, thank you for coming into my lane today, because today's my lane.
All right, do your thing.
All right.
And if you mess up, I'm going to take over now.
Oh. Bye. Right, Antoine introduced our special guest today, Mr. Wanda Phillips. She's a 4-year cancer survivor, so we're so glad that she's here today to share her story with us. So we have merged over in our carpool lane in person today and not just reading from our social platforms. So we want to just kind of bring you into our lane and kind of follow our format. So would you like to tell me about your week? How was your week this week?
My week was busy.
Okay.
It was busy. So, like all other weeks, it's busy, but I don't complain.
Okay.
You know, I roll with it. So I did have to speak last Sunday at a church in Hernando.
Okay.
And then this afternoon, I spoke at a tea at my home church, St. Matthew's in Olive Branch.
Okay.
They had a tea for breast cancer awareness, and I was one of the speakers. It was awesome.
Okay.
It was awesome. Shout out to the home church,
All right,
St.
St.
Matthew's.
Matthew's.
Yes.
All right, so do you speak out on breast cancer?
Pretty much the whole
Awareness?
month of October, I do. Whoever calls, whoever
Okay.
sent a text message, whoever messaged me on Instagram or Facebook
Okay.
and asked me, will I come speak at their breast cancer brunch, tea, whatever they have going on for breast cancer, I'm going to be there. I'm going to speak. And,
Okay.
you know, and I'm happy to do it. God has blessed me
okay.
to go on this journey. So I feel he had me go on this journey for this reason, to be an
Okay.
advocate for women's and to be speak against breast cancer awareness, because so many people don't know. You know,
Don't know.
it's different types of cancer, and
Yeah.
everybody's journey is different. My journey is my journey.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else's journey is their journey, and I'm proud of my journey that I went on. I wouldn't change anything about it. I thank God
Okay.
for it.
And now you've already answered my question. I was going to ask what motivates you to accept the speaking engagements, because when I asked, you know, if you didn't mind coming on the podcast, you said, yes, I'm just thankful to, you know, be able to share. So
Right.
now I understand that motivation. And one thing you said, too, there's different types of cancers. One thing that was very shocking to me when I found out, and I was an adult, is that breast cancer is a cancer that men can also have.
Oh, yes.
And so I wasn't aware of that. I just thought, you know, there was a female cancer. So,
Oh, yes, there's I'm sorry that I don't have the name, but I'm probably shout it back out to y'all later.
Okay.
It is a gentleman that I met last year at a function, and he was a 3-time
wow.
breast cancer survivor. He has an organization here in
Okay.
Memphis that he hosts. So yeah, that he go around speaking or whatever, because people think men can't have breast cancer, but they can.
And I think that's a part of you said you're an advocate, and I think like going around just to, you know, we always say breast cancer awareness. I think that's a part of the awareness is that,
Oh, yes.
you know, there are different types of
yes.
breast cancers.
It's
and
different
then there's
stages
different-
of breast cancer. So when I got diagnosed in October, I got diagnosed actually October the 9th of 2019.
Okay.
But before I got diagnosed, I went through a series of I went for a basic mammogram, a yearly mammogram. I wasn't sick. Everybody was like, well, were you sick? Did you feel a lump, or were you hurting, or things like that? No, I just went for my yearly mammogram, and it just so happened that my scheduled for my yearly exam with my OBGYN, I normally get everything done at once. I like to make all my appointments, get all of them done at once. But the mammogram was off schedule. I had to schedule it like for the following week. So I had it on August the 16th of 2019. And I was fussing because I'm OCD. And I wanted all my appointments at the same time. But it didn't happen that way. But fast forward to having a mammogram, God had already revealed to me that I was about to go through something. I did not know that it was going to be breast cancer. I did not know what it was going to be. I just knew I was about to go through something, and he had been talking to me, but I wasn't listening. You know how we get so busy in our day-to-day?
Yes, ma'am.
And we don't listen, and then he stops us in our tracks when we least expect it, and you have to listen. And he stopped me that day. I was at home, and I was literally in the shower, and he stopped me, and he was like, you're not listening. You're not being obedient. He was like, we need to have this conversation. And, you know, growing up, you've been taught the Bible, you've been taught the Word, you've been taught that you're going to have to develop your own relationship with God. And so I had my relationship with God. I have faith, you know, and I knew that was his voice talking to me. And when he told me what I had, he was like, you're about to go through something. He said, you're about to go through something that's going to change your life, but it's not going to take your life.
Ooh, I like that. Change your life, but it's not going to take your life.
He said, but I need you to have faith in me and nobody else but me. And I fell to my knees and I went to praying and surrendering to him. And I said, Lord, you know, and I'm ready. Just prepare me, give me the strength and the knowledge to be able to tell my husband, my children, my family, whatever it is I'm about to go through. I just want to be able to tell them.
Yeah.
So they'll be more understanding. They'll be more accepted of it. So I was like, you know, I'm ready. So,
well, that's one of the questions I was going to ask. So on the journey, I'm sure that affects more than just you, you know. So talk to us about like the family dynamic and work and things like that it affected.
So, you know, one thing about it, a mother always knows when something is going on with their children. So my mom knew something was going on with either me or my oldest brother. She said she was waking up out of her sleep about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning for about 3 or 4 weeks straight. And she kept seeing my face and my oldest brother's face. And she said she would just go to praying. And she said when she had that talk with God, she'll lay back down, she'll go back to sleep, get back up the next day, start it over. And so she knew I was going to these different tests and everything and having these mammogram and different things done. And the day that I got the call, I was at work. I was coming back off my lunch break, October the 9th. And I had went through all these, you know, mammograms, ultrasound, biopsy, all that. Everything. And so my mom was calling like every day, like what they say. And I knew I had the results after they had told me, but I called my cousin who was a nurse. And she supported me, told me what oncologist I was going to go to, what breast surgeon I was going to go to, all of that. She was like, this is what we're going to do. Because, of course, the doctors throw out different facilities and things, but you have a choice to go on the one you want to go. And so we set it up. But it affects your whole family. Cancer, it does change your life. And it affects your whole family. Because at that time, I had a daughter in Houston. We had a son that was in Alabama going to school playing ball. We had a daughter that was in middle school. And then, of course, we had our oldest son. He was still at the house with us working. But, you know, all of them, we had to figure out how to tell all of them because everybody's in a different place. Everybody handled things different. So the 2 oldest was kind of quiet when we told them. But the 2 youngest they was like, my son in college, he was like, oh, Mom, you gonna beat this. That's all you had to tell us, you know.
Fan club over here.
Yes, that's my
everybody's not afraid, you know. Sometimes people are afraid and they're not sure how it's gonna happen, but we need those that's in our corner, like, you got this, because I'm sure for you that was encouraging, because I'm sure not every day was like, okay, I got this.
No. And so Morgan is my daughter. She's 15 now. At the time, I think she probably was 11. And Morgan has always had what we call an old soul, because she was with her granny all the time, but she knew something was going on because she's with me all the time. So she kind of sensed. Yes,
my baby's the same way.
So yes, she's an old soul. So she kind of knew that something was going on, and I didn't want to lie to her. But I just said we'll talk about it when everybody's together. So Jayla was kind of quiet. Chastity was kind of quiet. She was like, okay, so what we gonna do? That was kind of quiet. Yeah. And so Morgan was like, Jalen, are you listening that day? She's a little bossy, but it does affect them. And I did not see the emotion side until, as I was going through and different things started happening, because I thought at the time when I had the procedure done, I thought at the time that when I had the first surgery, which was December the 18th, which was a day before Mom's birthday. And so I thought I was just going to have the lump removed. Oh. So I was like, it's fine. I have a lump removed. I'm fine, I had to break it to my husband, before I had the procedure. I had to break it to him that night. He was going to go out of town. Okay. Of course, it's not a good time to tell nobody, babe, I got breast cancer, Right. But when I had the procedure, I thought I was just going in to have it removed. 3 weeks later, I get another call. Miss Phillips, it was larger than what we thought it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the pathology report. Yeah, so that means, you know what that means? I said, yes, sir, I think I do. Because I like to read. Okay, I like to research and Google things and stuff. And so it was like, we're probably going to have to do chemo. But for sure, we're going to have to do a mastectomy. Oh. Yeah. So mastectomy of the left breast, and probably chemo, and probably radiations. And I had it all. Genetic tests, all of it.
So as a woman and the things that we battle already, I'm a woman, hear me roar, and all this. Those things that kind of hit below the belt that feel like they take our womanhood. As a woman, how was that for you to hear mastectomy?
I'm not going to lie. When I heard it, I was like, oh, really? Because I wasn't expecting it. Okay. I'm thinking I'm just going to have a lump removed. I'm going to get a free breast reduction. Yeah. Yes. So I was like, they was like, how about I was like, yes, I'm going to get a reduction. Oh, yes. I'm going to love this. It's going to be a hot girl something. I'm just kidding. But when I heard it, I had to, I called my cousin Angela Dobbins, who is a nurse, RN. I mean, she's excellent. She has always, even before she finished her journey going into nursing school, she has always been a caregiver. Okay. And I always have had that nurturing spirit. So I called her and I broke down. I did. Yeah. I was like, because I was like, are you serious? She was like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I was like, I just wasn't prepared for that. I was like, I just wasn't prepared. I thought I was going to go through that and that was it. I didn't think it was going to lead to everything else. And so when I got off the phone with her and I cried or whatever, and he came to me again. Yeah. He said, I told you to trust me. Yeah. I told you to have faith. I didn't give you the details of everything, but this is the journey you have to go on.
And it's part of the journey.
It's part of the journey. Yeah. And I call it T's journey now. 4 years later, I call it T's journey. And I feel he had me go through that journey for this reason, to be able to sit here today.
Thank you.
To be able to go to brunches and lunches and be in the midst of other women who have been through this. Because it does. It changed your life as a woman. And you was like, my body, am I going to be less of a woman because I had a mastectomy? But I'm like, who going to know? I'm not walking around with my shirt up.
What'd he say?
Who going to know?
Good that you have family to just rally around you. Oh, yeah. Now, you said you had your mammogram. Is that how they detected?
They detected. So the day that I had my mammogram, they give you that little piece of paper to fill out. And it has a little small writing at the bottom. And, like I said, I love to read. I'm reading all fine print. So it said that you could choose to have a more in-depth mammogram. Oh, okay. So I chose to have a more in-depth mammogram. And a lot of people don't. That's where they go in a little deeper and test the tissues of the breast. And that's where it was detected. They thought they saw something, but they wasn't sure. So that moved me to have like another mammogram, an ultrasound that prompted a biopsy. And when I had the biopsy, that's when they came in, That's when I got the results back that it was cancer. I was diagnosed with ductal carcinoma in situ breast cancer. So it formed in my ductal area of my left breast.
Okay. I want to say this. You have your pinked out. It's so pretty. And wearing your warrior.
Yes.
One of my favorite pictures. When I went to your Facebook page and saw you, so I'm assuming you had hair loss from?
I decided that I was not going to let the devil think
Okay.
that he took my hair away.
Okay.
I chose to shave my head on my
Oh,
second chemo
really?
treatment. Yes,
I
ma'am.
love that
He wasn't getting
picture
that
of you.
satisfaction. No, ma'am. No.
I love that picture. I was like, powerful.
No, me and my cousin Barbara Berkeley, we had to argue a couple times in our hair salon, as always.
Yes, ma'am.
I told her either you're going to shave it or I'm going to shave it.
One of my cousins was diagnosed with cancer and dealt with it. Her mom shaved her head.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. It's just hair.
It's just hair.
It'll grow
It'll
back.
grow
If it don't
back.
grow
If
back,
it
you can buy some. All right.
Hey, it's so
Look at it now.
grow it, lay it.
Yes. I
Yes.
have cut this hair so many times since then, and
Yes.
it's just hair. Hair
Okay.
does not make who I
doesn't
am.
define.
I know who I am as a woman, as a mother, as a child of God. It does not define me. No, ma'am. It's just hair. I tried the wigs,
but
but
you
when them
just-
hot flashes, they be over here to the left on the seat if I'm driving or on the back seat. No, ma'am. I gave them all. I had beautiful ones.
Yeah.
Me and my cousin, we went wig shopping.
Okay.
We spent the whole day, and I had some nice ones.
It just didn't work.
It just was not me. One day I looked in the mirror. I was like, because I was flashing. Because with that, you have I'm on hormone medicine as well to balance me out. And, it brings on, you go into early menopause. It brings on hot flashes. And I was always cold natured. So to have hot flashes, I'm like, oh. Yeah. So, you invest in you some nice fans with the remote control. But I did. I bought plenty of wigs and I gave them away. I looked in the mirror. I was going to a function, a cookout. And it was hot, and I know we was going to be outside because it was during COVID when people was trying to get back to hanging out and being with families, but trying to be still social distance. And I was like, I'm not going to make it outside on this patio with this wig on. So I looked, I was like, you know what? My little bald head kind of cute. I had a little hair coming back.
The big earrings
I
on and go.
And I love leopard print and girl.
Okay.
I put that
So I see
makeup
her here.
on. Yes.
Girl.
I thought, girl, I was the stuff, as they say.
Okay.
The thigh.
Hot girl summer.
Yeah, hot girl summer. So I did. I tried the wig things, and my husband, he was so encouraging. He was always saying, "You're beautiful with it. You're beautiful without. It's not gonna change." So, and my children, they always encouraged. I had everybody, and like my family, people praying. If I didn't talk to them every day, they would send a message through Facebook, Instagram. So they was like, "We praying for you. You're so beautiful." And when I put that picture out there that day, everybody was like, "Oh my God!" They was like, "Oh my God." So I had a support team, and that's very important too, to have a great support team and have people that's praying with you and supporting you. Even if you don't talk to someone, they have friends that stay out of town, and they would send messages. They was like, even though we don't talk every day or see each other, I'm here with you. They would do walks.
Yes.
They would do things with breast cancer. They would send me pictures of them in their shirt or their pink and stuff like that. So it makes a difference. Yeah, Team Tawanda. It makes a difference, and when you don't have to worry, when you can go through your recovery and just relax and just be at peace and not stressing, it makes a difference. And I did. I went through that. My last day of working was December the 16th of 2019. I didn't go back to work till about September of 2021. I was able to take off and be off and just go through all my treatments and go through all my procedures and just recover. Drove my daughter to school every day.
I had to have that time.
I had 4 rounds of chemo, 25 rounds of radiation. I had a mastectomy of the left breast. I wore expanders in the left breast after the mastectomy and had 2 drainage tubes, and I didn't have any infection. I didn't end up in the hospital. I didn't have high blood pressure.
Thank God.
You know, I went through. Nobody but God. Nobody but
Yes.
God. You know, they tell you when you have your first treatment, you know, you have to get up and walk and you have to eat what you can. The third day, the first 2 days are going to be hard, but the third day you're going to be in a fetal position. When these feet hit the floor every morning, baby, they was shouting. Hello, no, none of that. No throwing up. You know, I went through it like a champ. I did. I went through. I'm
So
blessed.
you proud with this warrior?
Yes, because I am. I
That's
did.
it.
You know, and everybody is different. Some people have issues, and it's not that I'm better than anybody else. That's just the journey God took me on. That was my journey.
Yes.
You know, and in between, I was an advocate for myself. In between my treatments, I took IV hydrations.
Okay.
So IV hydrations, I took those at Royalty Wellness Spa. A friend of mine, Sharonda Dobbins, is the owner of that facility. And I asked my oncologist, and he was like, "You've been doing your homework. Oh, yeah, those will be great for you."
So
it's
you
just
did
vitamins.
know.
It's
Yeah.
just vitamins through IV, you know. And it's like if you're not eating, you know, sometimes we think we're eating and drinking what we should.
Okay.
We're not.
So that's helping with the
It did,
nutrition.
and it helped, and I'm an advocate. I do believe that it helped with, you know, me not having, you know, being sick or nauseous or
Okay.
things like that, because I ate, I cooked, I had neighbors cooking for us dinners, and you know, my aunts and my mother-in-law, my
true
mother,
village,
girl,
not
I had
just
a
family,
village.
a
When I
true
say that,
village.
yes, they took care of us.
I often say it takes a village
Yes.
to raise me because I'm not there yet. But
Right.
yes, so even though, you know, we rally around the children, but sometimes we need a
it,
village.
especially as women. Yeah, we need a village, and not taking anything from our men and our
Right,
husbands.
right.
But you know, when you go through and you know your body as a woman, you know you need that. You need the encouragement, of course, from our husband and our significant others. But you know, just to have those women, and when I tell you they stepped in and stepped up and showed out, like my aunts, like I do the sister strut every year. When I tell you
Okay, I thought so.
girl,
Okay.
we be about 40 strong.
Okay.
Every year it grows bigger and bigger.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Good.
I look forward to that. And then I'm in the cancer ministry at my church. I
Okay.
attend Brown Baptist. Shouts out to Pastor
All
Orr.
right,
Yes,
Pastor
yes.
Orr.
And I'm
Talk
on
to
the
you about
cancer.
that later.
Yes, I'm on the cancer I'm in the cancer ministry, and Miss Danita Brown is our over the cancer ministry, and I love it.
Okay.
It's the best thing. I mean, it's just so many survivors of different types of cancer. It's not
You
just
are
for breast cancer.
Definitely paying forward everything that you've been through by empowering others and
Got to.
you know, having these speaking engagements where you're just and even sharing today.
Oh, yeah.
So I've learned a lot, and I just want to appreciate you for sharing
Thank
your
you.
story, stopping by.
Thank
I'll
you.
have a treat for you. So
I like
we
them
get
girls.
that.
I like them.
Thank you for
Thank
coming
y'all
and
for
sharing your
having me
story.
anytime.
Again,
Anytime.
it's Sharonda Phillips, survivor, 4 years strong.
Boy, yes.
Yes. We have another survivor with us tonight. Thank you so much, Miss Sheila Woods, for coming to join us
Hello.
on In Our Lane tonight.
Yes, thank
She
you.
is a 10-year
Yes, I
cancer
am. 10
survivor.
years,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
Thank you, God.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Right. Thank you
Tiffany.
for coming
Thank you for
on.
having me, Tiffany.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
appreciate it.
Miss Sheila taught my baby
Yes, I did.
in pre-K.
Pre-K.
And my baby's a 7th grader now. So
Yes.
thank you for that foundation. She is amazing.
Oh,
Very
awesome.
scholarly. So thank you. And I still hear good things about you.
Foundation
with
is
what
very
you're doing
important.
with children. Yes,
First
ma'am. So
foundation
thank you
is
for
very
that,
important.
too.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It is a gift from God.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it's a blessing. Yes.
So talk to me about 10 years post.
10 years.
Yes. Thank God.
Yes, it has been at the beginning, it was something that just out of the norm, it just wasn't something that you expect and you don't prepare yourself for, because you don't think about something like that happening to you. So it's like you don't know how to prepare for it.
Okay.
And, you know, I had missed going to my OBGYN for a whole year.
Okay.
Because I was so busy. I was so busy with my job, church, camp. And it just took my whole, it just took my mind. I didn't think about it. And so I got the call and they said, you know, you need to make an appointment.
Okay.
And so I did, and I went in, and my OBGYN, Dr. Gaylor, he noticed a lump on my left breast, and so he sent me to a surgeon, and Dr. Lawasu out in Whitehaven. He was my surgeon. And so he made the final decision and told me that I had breast cancer. Prior to that, we had just lost my niece. She was 34. And she had breast cancer, and she struggled a long time. She left her husband and a young daughter. And so after Vankita, then my baby sister, Constance, was diagnosed. And she is a 11-year survivor.
Right,
so
very good.
And so I'm 10 and she's 11. So we were back to back.
And did you guys share in some of that healing process together with the overlap?
Actually, she was getting ready to finish up everything and, you know, started going into remission. And that's when I was diagnosed. So it was a tremendous eye-opener for the family.
Yes.
I have 5 daughters.
Okay.
And their mouth just dropped because it's like, what has happened? What has happened? You know, it was so close.
So close.
We was right there together, and we didn't know what to think. We just knew that, you know, we know who we serve. You know, we know that God is in control no matter what.
Absolutely.
And it's hard not to question and say why. But we have
that
to
transparency
know and understand.
Because you want to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's just the human side.
Right.
Because, you know, when you're spiritually led and when you're a child of God, you know that God moves in mysterious ways. His thoughts and his ways are not ours.
No, ma'am.
And so I had to condition my mind. And, you know, I'm strong. I'm a strong-minded person. And so watching my baby sister go through it, it took a lot out of her, you know, and I knew that I had to. She didn't take it very well.
Okay.
Constance did not, but she battled through it.
Okay.
But, you know, I can remember one time it was time for her chemo, and my older sisters literally had to go over and pry her out the house. Yeah. And so, you know, she said, no, I'm not going no more. But they, so it just kind of consumed, you know, because Tiffany, cancer, when it plagues your body, it comes to devour every good organ, everything that's good in you. It comes to just destroy it. And if you're not strong-minded and know the God that you serve, then, you know, it will consume your mind, body, soul, and spirit. And when you don't have a support system, you know, someone to support, like a family and friends, you know, to support you, then that's something else, because, you know, you're by yourself, and cancer plays a mind game on you. It gets in your mind, and it wants. And yes, you definitely have to be strong. So Constance had a lot of weak moments. She isolated herself, but I knew, I paid attention to, how she dealt with it, and
So
I
I was
knew.
going to ask, do you think by her going through it first, then it made a
Yes.
different impact
It
for
did.
you?
It did.
'Cause by
It
this
did.
time, you've experienced some of the,
Yes, and
ins and outs of it.
she was the first that I called.
Okay.
After telling my husband and my pastor. She was the first that I called. And she didn't sugarcoat anything because she wanted me to know.
Yes.
She wanted me to just know what is, the ins and the outs and how you're going to feel and how it's going to affect your body and all of that. Because, like I said, she isolated herself a lot of times, so we didn't just really experience, But me, honey, I opened that door because...
Like the people come in and help, huh?
Yes, my loved ones and the
Good,
people that were
good,
close
good.
to me and my family. And, of course, I have 7 kids, so my daughters...
7 kids.
Yes,
Where?
my 5 daughters and my 2 sons and 5 daughters. And so, I had a big... And my husband, of course, my husband.
Good.
So I had a big, huge support system, yes. Immediate support system, yes. And so with them being around me and then, church members and stuff like that, I had a good, my sisters. So I had the support that I needed, but I knew that I had what I needed to do for me, I had to stay strong, and I had to stay in the right frame of mind, and I had to endure. When I first met my oncologist, he introduced himself, and and he was real nice. Dr. Jarvis Reed is my oncologist, and he told me that I was in stage 3, and I had to take 8 rounds of chemo. And after, knowing after the chemo, then I did 30 rounds of radiation. Radiation is every day.
Oh.
Every day. Yes. And the chemo, it does so much to you.
And you survived that.
It takes your strength.
Yeah.
And it just, it just consumed your body. And I had to go back. When I did my chemo on Tuesday, I had to go back on the Wednesday to get the shot.
Okay.
So I can boost my cells.
Okay.
Yes. So that was my routine. And I had to take my chemo every other week. My port got infected, and so I had to stop my chemo, and so for my port to heal, and so that was a time-consuming span because it took like 6 weeks for my port to heal. Yeah, something
so
transpired.
During that time, you weren't able to get
I wasn't able to do chemo. Yeah, I wasn't able to do chemo, so that was, that prolonged my time.
Okay.
My time span. But there were times when, I didn't want to, but I knew I had to.
Right.
And I knew I had to stay strong and endure it. And I know I feel like I did pretty good because I'm an active person. And I refuse to let it. I refuse. I said, Lord, I know this too shall pass.
Absolutely.
Yes. There's a reason, and I don't understand.
Yeah.
But I know that you're going to bring me through this. If you allow this to happen, then you're going to bring me through. You're going to bring me out.
Yeah.
And so I kept a positive mind. There were times when after chemo, you're so weak and you're aching and the body aches and the chills and just the aches alone. I remember a time when I had an itch encounter, just itch. Everything on my body just itch, you know. Cancer, it, like the young lady said before me, people deal with it in different ways. You know, it affects people in different ways. So, you know, how it affected my sister, you know, was a little different from me. You know, I took it at another approach, but I just refused. There were times when I was very weak and tired, but I made myself get up.
Absolutely.
I made myself get up and walk my neighborhood. I don't care if I walk like a turtle.
Yeah.
I got up and I walked. You know, just try to move, because when you're sitting, it just, you know, it consumes you and it just takes over. You know, so you have to fight.
Well, when you said you made sure you walked, whether you move like a turtle or not,
Move like a turtle.
I think that's what the process of survival is.
It is.
One step
at a time.
one day, one
And
moment.
wherever you see the word fight,
Uh-huh.
it defines cancer.
Okay.
It is a fight. And it's a fight for the rest of your life. You know,
that's
you're not
good
just
to
over.
know, because it's like once
Oh,
you're in
honey.
remission, we're good.
No.
So that's no. Okay.
No, ma'am. You fight
continue
for the rest of your life. Absolutely. The side effects after you're done, you know, you got side effects, and it never just really, you know, clean. You're never rid of it.
Okay.
You're never rid of it. And it's always, you know, when it's that time for your exam again, you know.
Is that annually?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
It's a must. And then, you know, you have to go and get your readings and, you know, your blood counts and all of that. So those it's a lot of stuff that you have to stay on top of.
Okay.
Once you become a survivor, you have to stay on top of a lot of things. And my mother always said, you know, you need to take care of yourself, because you don't never know what's going to work on you. You know, and a lot of times, you know, people in general, you know, they don't think about that. They don't take it seriously, because, you know, you just can't eat everything, because everything is not good for you. And, you know, at some point in time, you have to try to stay healthy in you know, some type of way, because you never know what's going to happen.
Well, I was going to ask you to share maybe some proactive things. So I know early detection is one.
Early detection, definitely. And don't be afraid.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to have yourself checked out. A lot of people, they stray away from doctors and stuff. But, you know, like my mom said, you don't want nothing working on you.
Yeah.
You know, you know, if you don't know.
Yeah.
And then and a lot of times, you know, people ignore their illness, you know. They try to ignore it and not pay, you know. And what we're dealing with in this day and time too, you know, pandemic, you know, the viruses and stuff that are in the air, they're not going away.
They're not going away.
They're not going away. Yeah, if you just take the right approach. If you take the right approach. You know, cancer, the word cancer is like, back in the days, taboo. You know, yes, it's like our parents and our grandparents, you know. I remember, you know, old relatives getting sick and dying, you know. And I would just say, what happened to them? And they said, oh, they just got sick. You know, they used to say, you know, they had cancer, you know. It was a taboo word. And a lot of times now, people don't like to, you know, talk about it. It's like taboo. It's like, you know, and then you don't know why,
Right.
you know, but, you know, it's not something that you just have to question. You just have to go on and deal with it. Like, it came down on me after Constance, and, you know, and I was like, You know, but I know I got to do it
Right.
if I want to live.
If you want to live, that's it.
If you want to live,
Do the work.
if you want to live, you have got to do the work. So important. It is so important. So important. My hair started to, I think it was around, because we were told the second chemo, your hair is going to start to kind of shed, yeah. So I kind of saw it coming out a little bit in my comb and my brush and everything. So I told my husband, and he said, "What you want to do?" And I said, we just, yeah. And so my husband shaved my head.
Oh, okay.
He shaved my head one night. I had my family was over, and then later on that night, he shaved it, and and I was okay with it, and he was okay with it. He said he thought it was sexy.
Oh, come on.
He thought it was sexy, and I was like, that is just fine with me. So I was okay with it.
Definitely rewarding, and I appreciate
Thank
you so much.
Thank
for
you so
stopping
much.
to share your story.
Yeah,
and
it's so
very
much.
heartfelt, very heartfelt.
Yeah, and there's so much, and it's a lot of details,
Yeah.
But my main concern, and that I would like to, make sure that everyone understand and know that you have to. Early detection is definitely the key. Early detection, and even if you feel something and you're not sure, go and get it checked out, which is so important.
Again, thank you, ladies, for coming on the show tonight to empower people, to give knowledge that people may not know. I have learned some things from you tonight. Thank you for being transparent and sharing your story that you may touch someone else. And I also want to thank Antoine tonight for merging out of the way and sharing the platform. And both these ladies talked very heavily about their faith and how they leaned on their spirituality to get through such a tough time in their life. So I just wanted to end the episode tonight with a prayer. So ladies, we're going to just look to the Lord in prayer. And Father God, I just want to come to you thanking you tonight for these survivors. These are some warrior women, some queens that have suffered through some tumultuous times, Lord. But you were there with them every step of the way. Lord, you put people in their way that would just help them to get through. You didn't put them in the way as stumbling blocks, but Lord, as a support system. And I ask that you would continue to cover their bodies, continue to give them complete and total healing in their bodies, Lord. And I also want to stop and pray for those who have lost loved ones whose story did not turn out like this, Lord. You touch those family members as we are bringing awareness this month to cancers and illnesses and diseases, Lord. You just continue to cover those and comfort the hearts of those who have lost loved ones on their battle, Lord. And just ask that you would touch each and every one of us that have been impacted by this show tonight, that we will do our work and that we will have our visits and that we will take care of our bodies. Lord, we just thank you for everything that you've done for these survivors, and thank you for everything that you're going to continue to do. It is in Jesus' name that we pray these things. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you.